As the chief exec of a medium-sized organisation, I've learnt that I am 100% responsible for everything in my company. I'm Helen, and I love that responsibility, but there is a downside, because everything that happens in my business is all my fault. That means I need to be on top of any changes in market trends, customer attitude, and regulation. And, to be fair, I have people I can trust in my marketing department for market trends, my sales department for customer attitude. But who have I got regarding data regulations? And this regulation change is a biggie. The way we manage and use customer data is changing, and our responsibility for it will be regulated much more stringently than before. What was the Data Protection Act will now be replaced with the General Data Protection Regulation. Whilst you can ignore the headlines to a certain extent, a fine of €20 million of 4% of your global annual turnover certainly got my attention. But as the full effects of the Gdpr don't apply until May 2018, I have a little time to get my ducks in a row, but not much. However, my first investigations into employing a data protection specialist made me wonder if it was actually cheaper to pay the fine. It was then that my colleague suggested Corpdata. Once I looked under the bonnet, I could see that this was the way forward. So long as my data is secure, up-to-date and relevant, I can stay on the right side of this regulation. Corpdata enables me to do this without spending up to £700 a day to employ someone. Plus, I can adhere to the crux of the regulation, respecting people and their data. Corpdata has helped me to manage my data responsibility and be GDPR compliant. The fear of fines and class action no longer give me sleepless nights. For example, did you know that there is an 18-month life cycle to existing customer data, after which you may not contact that person again? Me neither. But following the Corpdata GDPR consultancy advice helped inoculate me from having to delete data. I know we will look back on the regulation as being a good thing, similar to the national speed limit being introduced or the banning of drink driving. It's just common sense, as it is to responsibly manage customer and prospect data. My responsibility for every aspect of my organisation is absolute, but that doesn't mean I have to do everything. Working with Corpdata has helped me to get on top of the regulation and stay on top with their audit process. I can do the job as it should be done because Corpdata do their job as it should be done. Why don't you do what needs to be done and call Corpdata?